mean, their defense is nice, but it's not invincible. Good people, it's your boy Mr. Rome, Cowboys fan talk, right back, like I never left. What's up with y'all, man? Listen, the game is coming. I told y'all earlier this week, well, yesterday actually, we gonna break this brick down, step on it, break it down again, and then serve it. That's what this week's about. It's a lot of talk, a lot of overanalyzation. We gonna get into Brock Purdy's numbers. We about to get into the defense today. We gonna get into the offense tomorrow. We're gonna understand this team front and back like we about to play. I know the players is on it because we just the fans. But listen, San Francisco's defense is legit. Let me not parse words, try to make y'all feel like the defense is not good. Best defense we might face this year overall. Yeah. Because y'all know the team that we play in our division, their defense is trash, especially the secondary. But right now, San Francisco's defense, very legit. Ranked third in points. I think third in rushing yards per game. Giving up. And the chink in the armor is they're ranked 16th or 17th in pass yards. Now, I've been paying attention to everything. Pass yards given up, they give up like 5 yards an attempt. But pass yards overall, you can move the ball on them. Their biggest chink in the armor is apparently our biggest weakness. Styles make fights, right? What has everybody been talking about the Cowboys' weakness is? Red zone offense. Very specific, right? Not just offense, because offensively, we're not that bad of a team. Red zone offense. The 49ers have one of the worst red zone defenses. Styles make fights. You can also move the ball on the 49ers defense. Look at the last game. First of all, look at the yardage given up. And look at Josh Dobbs, who had 6, I believe. I think I'm right. Somebody let me know in the comments. I think it was 6 or 7 play drives. Like deep drives. I think, 10 play drives. My fault. My mistake. And what that just lets me know is, first of all, shout out to Josh Dobbs. Maybe we should stop hating on him. Maybe he's decent. I'm going to just keep it real. What I'm supposed to say? He getting busy versus the Cowboys defense and the 49ers defense, which are both good defenses. I'm just talking about some of the chinks that might be in the armor. Not calling their defense trash. They got too many good players on it. Bosa and Warner and even Hufanga, like they got plenty of good defensive players. Let me not trip. Now I do feel like one of their best parts of their defense went to Houston, which was their defensive coordinator. But that's something we'll talk about later this week. I'm just saying that although they have defensive stalwart, like their defensive line is stout, their linebacking core is stout, Greenlaw and them, but there's chinks. I feel like their corners, Ward and I forgot my man's name, the other corner, can be had. Hufanga's a great safety, but the other safety, it leaves a little bit to be desired. There's ways to attack this team. And the reason why there's 5 yards given up is because some of the times the corners play off. They play a lot of zone, and if you can attack the zone and get the ball out properly with enough speed, like, getting the ball out quickly, not letting the pass rush get to you, you can be effective. So sometimes when people say, it's only 5 yards an attempt, well, if that's what's getting the job done and we're matriculating the ball down the field, it's all about punching it in. And not to be funny, San Francisco's defense is susceptible to things like screens, crossing routes and stuff like that. It's ways to attack this defense. Now, it's up to us to overcome our red zone deficiencies and take advantage of their red zone defensive deficiencies, get the job done. Styles make fights. So I'm excited about that. It's just one of those things when you're overanalyzing things, you're like, how can we get over on this team? Now, running the ball, although they're stout against the run, a lot of the times, like most teams, when you're blowing teams out, they can't run. So sometimes those numbers are skewed. I'm not saying that we can't run on them completely. I'm saying that it's possible to get the ball moving. It's just they haven't faced a running team like ours. Last couple times we faced the 49ers, the reason why we couldn't move the ball, Kellen Moore's run schemes, his run scheme in general was just terrible. We're just lining up and just Zeke run up B gap. No, there's no counters. You know what I'm saying? No misdirection. None of that stuff. Nothing to keep the defense off balance. Not trying to get on the edges. It's just, it was a little bit different of a run game. Just trying to run up A, B gap. Might not get it done, especially with stout linebackers. You got to use some misdirection. You got to use some type, and trying to block, like, say for instance, Bosa, one-on-one with a tight end. Things that I didn't like in the former the former offense. We're not going to be doing that. But we'll talk about that further on in the week. Defensive-wise, though, I just feel like there's chinks. I feel like this game is going to be a lot on number 4. Now, that's one of the things I can agree with the national media about. Dak Prescott and how he approaches this game is going to be super important. He does not need to go out there and just be like, I'm angry at y'all. I'm super aggressive. I'm just throwing at y'all because I'm just better than y'all. My arm talent is incredible. It ain't even about that. It ain't about channeling your anger and just forcing things. That's what got us in trouble last year, forcing stuff. It's about channeling your anger, letting that focus drive you, taking advantage of what they're giving you. Like I said, they're a zone team. They play off. The corners know to play off because they're not going to be. This ain't like last year. Last year, their defense got to take advantage of this. Noah Brown, T.Y. Hilton. Those were the outlets for Dak Prescott. Oh, and hobbled Michael Gallup. And if you watched the tape, Michael Gallup was not himself. He just wasn't. If you look at this year, look at the last couple weeks, Michael Gallup is bike. Yeah, back with a Y. B-Y-K-E. Bike. That boy has pep in his step. He's moving vertically. He's breaking tackles. Like he there. So that comeback route that he didn't catch in that game because he couldn't get out of his break, he's catching that this year. Because he's not letting the corner beat him to that. All those stupid stop routes that we was running, that ain't even our offense no more. We have new mesh concepts, new type of ways to get the ball out of Dak's hands quickly. The outlet to the back wasn't even a thing last year. Shout out to my boy Sky and Vach. I know y'all listen to this show. I mean, I do. I'm a religious daily listener. Maybe not at the time, but I always catch it. And they was just talking about the fact that the back was not used. That outlet was just kind of, Zeke would just run out there and stand still. Now, Ron Schottenheimer has been talking about the fact that the way that our offense is designed, that outlet is there. And if they're going to play off, we're going to take those 3, 4, those little chunks. We're going to make something happen with it. Also, the fact that we have tight ends now, especially Jake Ferguson, that can, when they catch the ball, get you 2 to 3 more yards. And if it's a game of inches, 2 or 3 more yards where Dalton Schultz will just fall down is amazing. It's just little things like that. There's differences in this Cowboy team. You have to respect Brandon Cook's speed. Even though you haven't seen it active in these games, you got to respect. See, I want to delete a misconception real quick. We'll get on offense a little bit more, or probably our defense tomorrow. But I want to talk about something that I heard on the Vach and Sky show earlier when they're talking about Dak Prescott in the fourth quarter of these blowouts. We had 3 blowouts this year. He's thrown the ball. I think they said a total of 11 times. It's off the top of my head. I think it's 11 times. Like 3 passes. What was it, 9? It might have been 9. 3 passes in the fourth quarter. Let's just say 3 to 4 passes in each game, averaging. Like, so when people say, yo, Dak's passing yards are down. Dak has not had to throw the ball or had the urgency to throw the ball in 3 out of 4 games in the whole fourth quarter. Or he might have gotten set down. Sometimes it's context to these things. I'm going to let you hear it.
When you're talking about second half stuff, fourth quarter stuff, you won't need to. You know how many pass attempts Dak Prescott has in the fourth quarter in those 3 games, those blowouts?
How many?
Total, 11.
You a goddamn lie.
11. He's averaging 3 pass attempts in the fourth quarter a game in those 3 games.
This is put a smile on my face.
That's weird. You just don't see that happen this early in the season. But because of the way those games went, and then, like you said, the Cardinals game, you really can't get anything off that because Coach McCarthy came out and said, I messed up. I got a little bit too nervous, and yeah, I probably overreacted by taking out half the damn playbook.
And you know, it's funny, Will, still, they talking about Dak and his yards. They said Dak ain't even going crazy with yards in the
Don't need
10th.
him to.
Well, he ain't got to. He ain't got to. For what? He threw 11 passes over the past 4 games in the fourth quarter. For what? And half of them had to have come from Arizona.
No. 3 in the 3 games, in the 3 blowouts.
In the 3 blowouts. So
Yeah.
week 1, 2, and 4.
Week 1, 2, and 4. Yeah, he has 3 attempts a fourth quarter per fourth quarter. That's it.
That is crazy.
Yeah.
That is what's there. Hey, man. Let me tell you something, bro. I feel good.
Crazy, right? The fact that, sometimes context is lost. Dak Prescott's passing yards are down. No, Dak Prescott is playing this game on expert. And it ain't needed to force things to try to pump up his stats. He's just going to take what the defense is giving you. Remember, when you say, look at his passing attempts, remember, in the new offensive system, in the West Coast system, you can Google this. This ain't something I made up. A short pass is looked at like a run. Yeah, see, that's what people not forget. They're forgetting that. So like 7 or 8 of those passes every game are looked at as short runs. So if those short passes go for 3 or 4 yards, right? And you get like 8 of those, 9 of those, that's like 40 yards you can add to the run game. Because in the West Coast system, short passes are looked at just as well as runs. And then when you start to try to stop those, it opens up things down the field. Like, so we're mastering our new system, whether people want to agree with it or not. And I just want y'all to understand this thing coming together. This foundation is getting built. I also wanted y'all to understand that this 49ers defense can and will be attacked. It's not what you think it is. It's not. And I can hear the haters now, but it's Dak Prescott. I'm just letting you know. When you see it on Sunday, remember, I told you there's holes in this defense, and we're going to exploit them. It's your boy, Mr. Rome, man. Y'all let me know how y'all feel in the comments about what I said today, and stop letting these people get in your head, man. Your team better than you think.